Hey everyone, this is Scott from Forgot to Grow Up. Welcome to our His Dark Materials Season 1, Episode 1 Thoughts video. The latest series from HBO based on the book has premiered tonight, and I'm just going to be sharing my general thoughts after having just finished watching the episode. His Dark Materials, like I said, is based off a book series which I never read. I remember the attempt at this being a movie franchise back with Golden Compass and that not exactly working out, but I was also young then and really don't remember very many details from it. So I was pretty curious when it came into this series. I saw the trailers that kind of sparked my interest in this kind of different world where, everyone seems. I didn't really quite get what the concept was until I watched this, but it did catch my eye at least. And so at the beginning of the episode, we get a little introduction into the world, just the basic concept. Everybody's got a soul, and it's in the form of an animal. And I'm just like, okay, that's pretty straightforward. It's not much to that. There we go. And so that was just a fun little thing, interesting kind of concept, and I kind of see why that would be an attractive, thing for a franchise or property to kind of attract it. So that seemed like a kind of cool premise as a starting off point. And then from there, we learn a little bit about this world that they're in. It seems to be kind of run by this magisterium. Like I said, I don't really know anything about this book series, so all my stuff's coming from this episode I just watched today, but so far it caught my interest, at least I should say. I am very curious to learn more about this world. I want to know who he is and what his dark materials are, because in this first episode definitely doesn't make it clear what the title has to do with the series, but we'll obviously this is only the first episode, but I'm curious to kind of learn more about this going forward. It did catch my interest. I'm definitely going to be keeping up with this week to week because I thought it just, like I said, it caught my interest. I'm curious to kind of unravel this mystery. It seems, who's this Lyra girl, and is she like the chosen one? It seems that's the kind of impression I got from the first little blip at the beginning we got, and just the fact that we followed her through this whole episode. Everybody seems to be giving her a certain type of attention. They're giving her the Harry Potter treatment, meaning telling her she's special but not giving them all the information right away. Just kind of being like, yeah, here's a thing, go do something with it. And she's like, how does it work? And he's like, you gotta figure it out yourself, kid. And it's like, well, that's not very helpful at all, but it's interesting nonetheless. One of my things I always talk about whenever there's a child actor in any kind of TV show or movie, I always comment on whether they annoyed me or not. This Lyra kid did not, so that's always a positive thing. We'll see going forward whether or not that changes or not, but she seems to be kind of the main thing with the kind of a little bit of a focus around this world at the same time. A lot of stuff kind of happening around her that seems to be maybe involving her, but we'll learn that going forward. But yeah, some other interesting elements that this first pilot episode introduced. I'm kind of curious to learn more about dust, a uncreative name for a magical thing / a science thing, but nonetheless, dust seems to be kind of some kind of thing that this one guy can only see. James McAvoy's character can only see using his special camera formula, and it's like, okay, and that shows a different city and the magisteriums. It's very not, I don't say vague, it was just a little bit sparse on going in depth into this, but I kind of also like that about this, that they're not kind of holding our hand through this, not giving us not stopping me like, hey, here's this world, this is all the information. You kind of gotta catch up with these characters who've already been living in it, and you got to just try and piece it together a little bit so far. So it's kind of interesting to kind of be like, what's this dust thing? Why is the magisterium hiding it? I'm so curious. Who is this magisterium? I learned so little about it in this episode. So yeah, that's a lot of the stuff that I'm very kind of curious to find out a little bit more. Who this I forget her name already, but who Lyra leaves with at the end of this episode. I'm curious to learn more about her. She seems like she's probably going to end up being some kind of bad guy. I think she works for the Magisterium. I don't know. I'm so confused. But I'm also very curious to see where it goes from here. But yeah, the last thing I just had written down was, what's with the North? Why does everybody care about the North? I live up north, well, in Canada at least, and it's not a whole lot interesting going on here. So I'm curious to see what's all the interest going on. Is it just the bears? Is it the talking? Oh, that was one other thing I forgot to actually write down, which is the animals talking. That threw me off a little bit. The voice is a little too similar. I think you gotta switch it up somehow. So I'm just like, I couldn't tell a couple times whether it was what was the Are they daemons? Daemons was their names? The animal soul things. At one point, a couple times, it was a little hard to tell if it was one of them talking or like the kid talking off screen. So that was a little bit. It'll take a little getting used to. But yeah, that's pretty much all my thoughts on the first episode of His Dark Materials. What did you guys think of this first episode of the season premiere? Did you like it? Did you not? Are you going to be keeping up with this series? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for joining me today. Sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and have a good one.